racing with the North American Simulation Racing Association, featuring online leagues like the DSR Electric, Blanchard towing and recovering Xfinity, concerns of police survivors. Jacob and Wesley bringing you all the commentating. Is there beef? Is there beef? This racing is so exciting. They rock the NASRA network. That Beagle's cracking them up in the background. It is racing at Atlanta. It is racing at Talladega. Never turn right. Woo! Go, baby, go. Don't you curse tonight. As a Brady, the boss man is lessening. Oh dear, let's go racing. Codying up with all the graphics. Jeff Merck pulling all the facial reactions. Jordan is spoken like D.D. Folio AC and a white train. And we're gonna have fun right now in this moment. Let's race, let's race. Let's green light and go. Let's enjoy the race. Like and subscribe. So to see the unicorn that Murph and magically make. Don't you believe in unicorns? Do we want Barney? Barney, it's time to wave the flag. Green flag. Go back, go, go, go. What do you want? Door banging? Trucks being turned to find out.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines! Championship and the race to the Butt Kicker 250.
Keith Bradley gets his second championship on the Friday Night Series for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series Season 8. This rookie season, he will win the championship for the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
The NASRA 360 Racing Network welcomes you to virtual Texas Motor Speedway. We get you ready for the next race in the NASRA Cup Series presented by TLC Incorporated, and Premier Racing setup tonight is the Pultz Poppers 210. The next round, round number 12, as the road to the playoffs continue for the NASCAR Cups, or for the NASRA Cup Series here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Good evening, I'm Wesley Outland. Mr. Dean Hopton is, of course, my producer and color guy tonight. Big old Dean Hopton. Let's take a look at the schedule up ahead. Obviously, we're at Texas tonight, Gen 4 car, 140 laps around the virtual Texas Motor Speedway. Chicagoland is the final race before the playoffs, and remember, that will be next week. We'll be taking off a week before that for the preparation of the NASRA 500. Dean, 11 winners in 11 races, and obviously the momentum lately has been for the drivers from Argentina, Latoro Lamperti and Octavio Rondoletto. Sir, good evening.
Good evening to you, Wesley. Good evening to everybody in the chat. Welcome along, of course, to your Wednesday night entertainment, the NASRA Cup Series. And you're absolutely correct on that one. We've had so many different winners. Some of them don't have that padlock next to their name because they're not full-time drivers, but the Argentine drivers also finishing last night's race on the Blanchard's towing recovery, getting himself another podium with the rest of the drivers, and of course, the Lamperti winning the race. But he's not here tonight, Wesley, as we've got a grid to go over for tonight's race.
Yeah, let's take a look at the race starting lineup, and we'll look at the race analysis, weather conditions, and more coming up here at the virtual Texas Motor Speedway as the field is getting gridded. Any moment now, we'll give you the starting lineup.
Yes, sir. We're waiting for the starting lineup to come up. Actually, we're in a little bit of a warm-up situation there, Wesley, so we won't have that just yet for us, but we can continue to talk about perhaps tonight's race details. Stage 1, we'll go to a caution at lap 30, and then we'll go all the way to lap 70 for our second stage, which will be presented by the glass mechanic, and then we'll wrap it all up at the big one of 140 with 5 tyre sets there, Wesley, to choose from. That's quite a bit, including the set that you'll start the race with, because you have to have tyres on your car. That's mandatory, with fuel capacity of 67%, and the green-white checkers will be at 3. Thanks to Cody Knott for that fantastic race details graphics, Wes.
Yeah, I love the graphic, man. It looks really, really sharp, no doubt, and obviously each one is detailed with the color. Yeah, it's detailed with the color of what league it is we run on. You saw, of course, a little yellow on Monday nights, purple last night, red tonight. And, of course, there's a look at the point standings. And as Dean mentioned, drivers have a lock or into the playoffs. Now, the thing is, 7 of the 11 winners, Jacob, and I talk about this all the time, whenever, and Dean as well, we got guys that have won races that are not full-time competitors. And because of that, they're not eligible to go to the playoffs. They get the credit of getting the win and the bragging rights of it, but they're not full-time competitors like Lamperti, like Rondoletto, and you get the credit again of being the winner, but you don't get those playoff, locks, if you will. And I just can't believe that we're literally going into week 12 and we've had 11 winners and 11 races in this series.
And what's absolutely exciting about that one, too, is that those points that you have, if you don't have that padlock next to you, you're not safe. Like, even where Jacob is currently right now, he's in P10, he's 93 points ahead there. He's not that safe because there's only so many slots you're going to get for the first round of playoffs, which is coming soon. So, realistically, the only people that are guaranteed safe are the ones that is padlocked. So you're going to be fighting for these positions of 8, 9, and 10 and so forth there, Wesley. Because we don't know if another person will get themselves a padlock in tonight. Perhaps it is another first-time race winner here at the Cup Series. Because our schedule, as you'd mentioned just before, we've only got Chicagoland after that, and bingo, the playoffs begin. And of course, we've got the whole week of the NASRA 500 that will be presented by the Glass Mechanic that we'll be all prepping for, Wesley. I'm really excited about that one. We'll give that a little preview or a promotion for that in a second. But that's it. So tonight and Chicagoland, to get yourself a padlock, and if somebody does get themselves a nice padlock into that one, that's just one less place that anybody else is going to be scrabbling for. And just to refresh my memory, Wesley, how many slots are there available in the first round of the playoffs?
I must say it's 20 drivers, they go in. So obviously you see the cutoff line. If you look at it right there, there's your top 20. There's the cutoff line. The guy Buzzy Mongold's got 4 points to the good compared to Greg Vial. And so, Joshua Corner, Brandon Schumann, Broadfoot Grant, these guys are on the outside looking in, but anything can happen to punch their ticket in. We'll see if it does take place. We're looking for the lineup, the grid. But first, let's step away. We'll take a break. Here's a word from my buddy Bob Carr, TLC, Premier Racing Setups. They sponsor the NASRA Cup Series, and we'll get ready for Texas next.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited it in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. So give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon.
Winterizing was the most important thing I've seen Bob Carr doing the last couple of days because of the weather for TLC Incorporated on their social media platforms. Thanks again for joining us. Welcome to coverage. It is the Pultz Poppers 210, and we're ready to introduce the starting lineup. Octavio Rondoletto, there he is again on the pole. Jeff Burke on the outside. He won the Cup's finale at Charlotte last Friday night. B-Maz, don't know who that is. Wish you would have used your real name, B-Maz. And Jonathan Cofield, row 2. Brian Chu, Bo Tiffany will make up row number 3. Michael Arch, Matthew Robinson, row 4. Matt Holmes, Justin Clapper will be your top 5 rows. The Bulldog, Adam Newton, and Tony Burleson will make up row number 6.
Jeffrey Johnson, Chase Albright will line up beside them. Jackson Wade and Brandon Schumann just a little bit behind in the 16th place. Wesley will show you the rest of those drivers that probably may have not set a time, but there are a few a little bit further down there. There is Tristan Bruce, Christian Corner, Dean Galliano, Cody Knott, the boss man as well, Buzzy Mongold, Matthew Garnett, Bobby Grant, and Jared Poole.
There's the 24 drivers. Getting ready to get into position here for this race.
Yes, exactly. Those race details coming up once again for you is stage 1. We'll go to lap 30. What about that fuel capacity? Please let us know out there. I know that there was a lot of strategists that we've seen before there, Wesley. I'm very, very interested to see how far they're going to get to that stage 1 with 67% gasoline of Sunco gas in that car.
Yeah, I'm looking at the race details, and for Texas tonight, obviously, the key is they're in that Gen 4 car. The Gen 4 car, 30 laps for stage 1. So I don't think we'll see anybody kind of coming down pit lane for at least the first 30-lap stage. We'll take another 40 laps of stage 2 presented by the Glass Mechanic. Remember, caution will then come out. And then we'll come back for a 140-lap official total distance run. That's 70 laps after halfway from stage 2 into stage 3 to the finish of the race. 5 sets of tires, fuel capacity at 67%, incident point limit at 18, 3 attempts at overtime. Translation from day into the night. That'll be something we'll keep an eye on, and we are broadcasting in 2K. There's the weather. No wind to worry about. But there is, of course, track temp at 71 degrees, and the virtual air temp sim is at 68. So a perfect night for virtual sim racing here at Texas, Dean, as we get ready for a start.
Yeah, but I'd have to say that, Wesley, I'm sure most people in the United States at the moment would love for these conditions to be in the real world, unfortunately. And please stay safe, everybody. We know there's a big cold front coming through the southern part of the United States. They're probably still suffering from those fires over there in California, of course, and so all be safe. I know it's getting stinking. It's cooled down a little bit today, but we had almost another record heat wave in Australia too. So, but let's take our minds off that for a second, my friend, and go racing.
24 cars come to green. We're underway here in Texas.
I guarantee you one thing here this evening, Wesley, a Chevy will win this race. That's my pick.
Rondeletto gets the jump. Mez right there behind him. Cofield will follow. Merck on the outside. They work off 3 and 4. Here they come to the line. Rondeletto leads the opening lap. It's Chu behind him in 4th. Look at him 3 wide for a moment with Lawrence, Merck, and Tiffany. This will now break away. Robinson watches on. They'll settle back into the corner again, Dean.
We got 3 wide, a little bit back here. That's Clapper, that's Merck, as a few of the other drivers will try to get a little bit of the camera. Oh, get rid of that sign there. Can't see him. And there it is. So it looks like Clapper making a couple places up there. Matty's right aside next to him. It'll hit up the road there. That's Adam Newton right on side. And of course, there's the Merckster getting involved in there, as you said, who after winning that race, the consensus survivors. Did win the series.
Little split for position there for a moment between Clapper and Newton. Rondeletto up in front. There you see now B-Maz. Keith Bradley, by the way. I think I finally found out who B-Maz is. Keith Bradley, the animal from Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Oh, is it? Yes, it is. That looks like his livery. There it is. He's messing with us, isn't he, Keith Bradley? I was going to say, whoever this B-Maz is, they come out of the gate pretty quickly, getting good qualifying position, making up 1 place in there and challenging, of course, the Argentine of Rondeletto. But, well, it's Keith Bradley, isn't it? B-Maz. All right, that's his nickname from now on.
The animal.
It's not the animal
anymore. Keith Bradley.
It's the B-Maz.
No. We found out who he is, though. It's the alter ego of Keith Bradley. Cofield right behind him in 3rd, single file. As they work off 4th of the tribal. Remember, this race goes all the way to lap 140. Oh! Contact leaders get together. Rondeletto, Bradley into Rondeletto. Somehow they save it. Both cars do, but we are under our first Serve Pro caution of the race on lap number 4.
I was just going on board the rear spoiler there of Octavio, and you just saw him go. I'm pretty sure he's pointing in the opposite direction of that, so we're going to go back and have a look, obviously, from our Pultz Pops replay there, Wesley, and we know exactly where it happened, right up the front. And let's take a gander at it. Oh, yeah, the animal got into his tailpipe, didn't he? gave him a little bit. What a save. You'd have to give it to Octavio. What a save. Somebody, just a little nap. He says, okay, no problems, brushes it off and continues pointing in the right direction. But it did call for the caution, and I don't think anybody else was involved at all in that one. That's just a love tap. You've got a copy there, Wes?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I'm just
tough
wondering
right
if that
there.
will...
Yeah.
Justin White will be our... who puts this fantastic league. I'm sure he'll be looking at that. He'll be a race director. Wonder if they're going to
Would you call the caution on Bradley? I mean, I would say if Bradley's at fault for kind of being aggressive, he would go to the tail.
I'm thinking it maybe an EOL called. We're not quite sure. It depends if that's a situation. He should have yielded that position back up, I'd say. So that's something that you could probably dictate between the drivers. If he says, look, I'm going to give up that position and give it back to Rondeletto, then it should be all fine and dandy, I'd say, from race control. But if he doesn't do that, then perhaps the race control might say, my friend, you get an EOL. Jeff Merck goes in the pit road. Jeffrey Johnson heads down there. This is an early splash, taking advantage of this situation of the pace car, my friend. They will drop down to the back of it, but they should stay on the lead lap. And we do know that none of these cars have any damage that we're aware of, because nobody was into the fence and nobody was into the other cars. They are going to come back out, Wes, and they are going to jump out ahead of the pace car, which is coming around final turn 4 now.
Right. So that will let us reset. We'll step away real fast, take a break, and we'll find out what the verdict will be on the animal Keith Bradley. Does he go to the rear or not? Stay with us from Texas.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If you have an outdoor project that we could help you with, we have 0% financing for a year. So if you have a project, you won't be using your money, why not use our money? Doesn't cost you anything. Now's the time to be thinking about that project you always wanted to get done. It might be a lawn sprinkler, might be outdoor lighting, might be drainage, and or maybe outdoor holiday lighting that you need help with. Now's the time to be thinking about that. Give us a call at the office, 410-721-2342, or hit the link below to find out more about TLC's financing options.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
We are back here at the virtual Texas Motor Speedway. Looks like they're going to call it a non-intentional move between Keith Bradley and Rondeletto. Octavio Rondeletto will go back to 4th. Bradley will be scored as the leader. Cofield to the outside, except flip-flop him. Bradley gets preferred choice on the free start. He'll stay to the outside lane. Cofield to the inside. Pace car is getting ready to drop onto pit lane. Here comes the field back inside that TLC Incorporated restart zone. Yes, sir. Get those water sprinklers spinning. We're back to green.
Absolutely. I was just saying to you in the break there that everybody's going to need Bob's services in the TLC when all that snow melts off your lawn and starts sprouting out all the grass and stuff like that again. So if you are up there in Maryland, I think it is, or a Maryland area there, give Bob a call there, and also that being my friend as we're racing again after our first caution of the race. We did see live just a little bit of a love tap there from the animal leading this one into the showman, Octavio.
Yeah, looking forward to watching and seeing what will transpire with these guys for sure, no doubt. They should be fun to watch. Obviously, you see them working their way around the corner with Keith Bradley in front. Mr. Jonathan Cofield in the second spot. Octavio Rondeletto, the showman, right there back to third. They work their way back to the line. 10 in of 30, 20 to go here in stage one here at Texas.
Put some pressure on Mr. Coulthard there for a second, Octavio was, but he has backed off into the clutches now of Brian Chu. Bo Tiffany's a little bit further back. Justin Clapper, give it to the 63 machine. He's gained 4 places, 8 places down in P9 for Tristan Bruce. We did see some of the drivers head into pit road. That's Jackson Wade there, Jeffrey Johnson, Brandon Schumann, Buzzy Mongold, etc. behind there. A bit of a splash and dash to perhaps change up that strategy in our first stage. Whoa, what an inside that Bo Tiffany just slices on.
Yeah, that was a big aggressive move.
Chu, and there you have it, my friend. Stealing
Monster Energy colors of Brian Chu. What a save that was just a moment ago. Not done yet.
No, sir. Well, we're going to yield it, but eventually he will now tuck in behind there. Single file, a lot of these drivers have been here around Texas at the moment. That some parts of it's actually getting some snow in real life. I think Houston, Texas got some snow and stuff. Well, you know what? We're just not going to talk about that. We don't see no Jacob Reeves out there on the grid as well, too. This is usually his night off from up in the booth and coming down and driving a race car, but he's probably absolutely busy, my friend, out there clearing off all the snow on those roads.
Probably is.
And your brother's just on a plane, all right?
For Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer. Yeah, my brother is actually on a plane. He's been down with us here in North Carolina in the States since December the 9th or 10th. And Ben is right around the 17th, I think it was. His wife and my nephew Jason, their son, came down, and now they're all together flying back to. They fly from RDU, Raleigh-Durham to San Francisco, and then they have a 4-hour layover, and then they fly from San Francisco to a 16-hour flight to Sydney, Australia. Yeah,
done that one a few times, my friend. It is a bit and then he's got to go to Wagga Wagga as well, too. You said, which is out west. So that's a little bit of a short. It's a long drive, but it'll be a
16-hour flight.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
The most I've ever done is about 19. That's you get a little uncomfortable seats. That's something you want to get an upgrade if you can possibly. As a nice little battle between Justin Clapper, Brian Chu. Bo Tiffany's managed to sneak past them again. He's up a couple of places. There's Bo into the mix. He's putting some pressure right now on the showman, showing off the showman how to drive the 35.
I mean, I flew before, you know that with my work.
Yes.
The most I've ever flown, I think, was probably about a 4 to 5 hour flight for something, and I'll be honest with you, I was giddy. I was ready to get the hell out of that seat when it landed. Right? Nonetheless, we roll on with Keith Bradley, the leader, the animal in front. Cofield second, Rondeletto third.
Now, I'm just wondering there, Wes, if that's interesting how there was no call on that incident that we did see that caused the first caution between those drivers. I wonder if they had a chat or race control had a chat too, and Octavio said, hey, I'm not really concerned too much about that situation, so therefore he's not screaming at anybody about it. I mean, those Argentine drivers are pretty cool, calm, and collective, my friend. Especially,
I think Keith Bradley got a mulligan. I ain't gonna lie to you, Dean.
Yeah.
I think Bradley got a mulligan. He got a.
Ooh, he's got into the fence. Caulfield's going to take advantage of that one. Bingo, he says.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So will Octavio. So just a little tangle with the dancing partner in the fence rejected him and said, not yet, my friend. And bang, he's into the fence. That's Octavio into the fence now, mate. So this might be another opportunity for Bradley to steal this place back. Just a little scrubber there, a little tank slapper, and you'll probably shave off about 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, we saw a problem with Octavio Rondeletto, and then we saw one with Cofield as they reset, get back going again. These drivers are occupying the Gen 4 car. Man, I feel like I'm going back into the early 2000s of NASCAR with these cars, man. It's like a flashback, if you will.
Jeff Merck and Michael Larch. You're absolutely correct on that one. Remember this series, and we'll quickly show you the schedule. We go through the different cars. We go next gen, Gen 6, Gen 4, and back to next gen next week, and so forth, and like around and around like we are going on this track. So interesting. It's a different spin up, a little different mix here at the NASRA Cup Series. I like it. It kind of gives the opportunity. This is probably the reason why, too, Wesley, we have so many different winners, because some people excel in certain cars.
And how about that the NASRA Cup Series, their first race is actually at Daytona for the playoffs.
We're going to be Daytona'd out there, Wesley, in that first week of February. I'll tell you what, we'll be doing every single day. And not just to mention that, but I also got other leagues as well, too. They all seem to be going Daytona because the real Daytona is coming up that week after we concluded here on the NASRA network. I'm just going to be like, I'm going to know every little inch and nook and cranny on that track, mate, after that first week of February. And of course,
but it's all said and done.
Yeah, once again. February the 1st day.
NASRA 500.
I'd say if you haven't signed up for that one yet, you may be getting close to be a day late, dollar short on that one. So I would not mess around and say, oh, I'll wait till tomorrow or the next day. I think you want to get in. You know, the early bird gets the worm, as they say there, Wesley.
100 plus entries already committed for that event at Daytona. And we'll give a plug also to PGR Esports. Their PGR 500 from Daytona is coming up next week.
Yes,
that starts January the 28th through February the 2nd. And then we start February the 3rd. A lot of iracing
time to do both,
coming up 24 too.
If you've got the time to do both, I mean, that's a good little dress rehearsal as well, too, for the main 500. Not to take it away from their 500 as well, but ours will be a bit bigger, and it will be get yourself. Oh, Merck almost gets into the 84 and the rear end. Merck's making his move.
Yeah, $2,000 to win, by the way, for the winner of the NASRA 500 on Saturday night, February the 8th, or Saturday afternoon for that matter.
I told my brother I've got a steering wheel and some pedals downstairs, actually, that my other brothers, and I said, look, you know what, brother, he's never driven iRacing before. I said, you know what, I'll pay the entry fee, I'll get you in there. Here comes Merck flying up to P2, almost into P1, and it's decided he's absolutely masterminding this one at the moment. But I tell my brother, we'll split the prize pool, okay, and you can sit there and just practice Daytona for the next 2 weeks. And we'll get you an entrance in there as a noob. Oh, you never know.
Remember, Jeff Burke was the Daytona winner.
Yes, sir. When he's on the back there.
Cofield in the lead. Cofield in the lead. Burke on the inside. Got some run on the bottom. Here comes the 60 with the Old Glory on the driver from Punta Gorda, Florida. He'll go to the top spot.
He's probably out of the snow as well, too, at the moment. We'll talk to Jeff Merck perhaps about that in a minute, because it looks like he may be close to snatching stage 1 victory here. How about old Merckster making the move done when he needs to count? Now, I'll tell you what, is this because he went down a pit? Remember, he also went down a pit lane on lap 6, our first caution, and he sliced and diced his way back through the field.
Jeff Burke to the lead. Cofield behind him. Rondeletto, Bradley, and Larch, top 5. There they are, pulling away. And we're narrowing down to the end of stage 1. The lights are coming on here at Texas as well.
Absolutely. Starting to see them wave around for a couple more laps there to finish our stage 1. And there's the details, of course. We go to lap 30. Thank you very much, Cody Nott, who is currently back down in P21. But old Cody, I reckon if Cody had more time not making all these fantastic graphics and stuff like that for NASRA and sorting out all the administration, he'd probably be a lot, let's say, more experienced behind the wheel. But he makes those sacrifices.
Or it could be he's just kind of playing possum right now, right? I mean, there's a long way to go in this race.
Yeah, Cody might sit there and just come out there and bang out and win the 500 and say, thank you. See, I saved the best for last. Saved the best for the big show, the main event. 2 to go now. Jeff Merck. He has a bit of a gap now, about 4/10, which is quite a lot here around Texas. More about the battle for that P2 position there. Can Caulfield hold on the showman, who's ready to mount his move, and I'd imagine probably about now on the last lap there. Wes, he's going to stick his nose in.
Final lap, stage 1. Here's Larch making a move on Bradley for that spot for 4th and 5th.
Down the back straight.
To the back straightaway. They go. Jeff Merck up in front. works into 3 and 4. Driver out of Punta Gorda, Florida. Winner at Daytona. With the season started for the NASRA Cup Series. Will come to the line. He'll take the caution at the end of stage number 1 here at Texas.
Yep, actually gets the
And
job
there's
done.
the caution.
What a drive. You have to give it to him. Hats off. He must be fired up after taking that Concerns of Police Survivors victory that we had on Friday, and that's the way to get that stage win done. Octavio did push Caulfield to the line on that one, try to steal that P2 position away, but he didn't. Caulfield will get that P2. Octavio will get that P3 for the end of stage 1. I love the lights around this track. I wish more tracks would do that, isn't it? You know when there's a caution. You can't miss it because there's 10,000 LED light poles flashing and illuminating the circuit.
Oh, yeah. Yep, there you see it. All around the catch fence.
Yes, sir. Looks like you feel like you're in a prison here, don't you? With all the amount of fences and stuff like that. Of course, it's for the safety. You could probably eliminate some of those fences, at least in the virtual world. But anyway, they need the authenticity. Well, there we go, my friend. I think it's time for us to transition into an ad there. And thank Bob, of course, for the TLC sponsoring this one. We'll get back and hopefully we'll grab a word to Jeff Merck.
That's right. These other drivers will look to be coming down to the pit lane in just a moment. Here they come. We'll step away as well. More coverage from Texas when we come back.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
Back here in Texas as the NASRA Cup Series rolls on here. Let's check in with our Stage 1 winner, our buddy from Florida, Mr. Jeff Burke. Jeff, how much snow did you get down in the Sunshine State right now, the White State, if you will?
Man, northern Florida got about 7 inches. Down here where I'm at, we didn't get any.
Oh, wow.
I'm South Florida, so we didn't get any down here.
Yet.
Well, I'll give you some. I'll give you some that we got. All right, I'll send it your way.
No, yeah, you're good. I live in South Florida for a reason.
Jeff Burke, I have a
Man, car
question.
looks good.
Yeah, I mean you went down there and I guess you got a bit of splash of gasoline there on lap 6, the first caution, and then you just slice and dice your way through the field. What's the secret, my friend? Winning a Concerns of Police Survivor race recently?
Yeah, that's it, man. Hey, that Bruce family lit a fire under me, said I would never win anything, so I figured I better prove them wrong. So here I am.
I'll tell you what, and a lot of people don't realize this. Also, Jeff, Texas is a lot like Charlotte.
It is. It's a lot like Charlotte. The new Texas and new Charlotte is a lot alike. It's a driver's track, and you have to drive it to make it do what you need it to do, and that's kind of what I did. But I think that was probably more tires than skill. But we'll see.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you get back to it.
Yeah, you took tires, did you, Jeff, in that last pit stop?
Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
All right, you've only got 5 sets, mate, so make sure you choose them wisely. But if we keep
going
green,
the admin messed up on setting it up so there's unlimited tires tonight. So I figured, why not?
Okay, thank you, Jeff. We'll let you go.
Oh, wow. Jeff Burke, Stage 1 winner.
Oh, you heard that one.
Unlimited tires.
Unlimited. Wow. Unlimited tires! Sound like the Emperor Palpatine. Well, they can go absolutely crazy. But it means, if you're going to be going on a green flag pit stops for some fresh boots, mate, you're going to lose track position. So let's see how that pans out.
Coming to the green from the TLC restart zone. And that means we're in Glass Mechanics Stage 2 as well.
Oh, we have a caution.
Wow. And
That's,
as fast as we went back to the
Newton.
green, we're crashing.
Speaking of TLC, Mr. Adam Newton just felt that we needed to show off Bob's fantastic company there a little bit by having a little bit of a moment early on the start of our
Adam Newton crashing on the racetrack just as fast as we went back to green.
Let's have a look. Keep
The
an eye peeled.
TLC colors.
Yep, you won't miss the TLC machine. Thank you, Bob Carr. Let's have a look what's happened to Adam Newton. Oh,
a little bump there from the 23.
Oh, and he goes
Tristan
back into
Bruce.
him. Oh,
Wow, Tristan Bruce, a little bump there on Newton.
that's interesting. Do you think that there's potential beef on that one, my friend? So he gets a tag.
Oh, no.
Let's have a look there. All right, I just want to see his cockpit now. If he's steering to control it, and then noses to the right, or he's already losing it. I'd have to say I'm probably dramatizing this a little bit. As you'd say the other night, Wesley, we are entertainers. We try to spice and dice things when the story isn't as exciting. We'll make it exciting, but that's all she wrote on that one, my friend. That's up for the fantastic people watching out there. Mr. Wesley.
We'll see how much damage
Hello,
is
Wesley.
on the full of Newton's car. We'll have to see how much damage, if any.
Jared Bull's
little
going in.
shot there.
Brandon Schumann's heading into pit road there. Brian Chu and Mr. Newton that we saw about that damage, so we'll keep an eye peeled on that. The rest of the drivers weren't involved in anything that we saw, so once again, they're probably seizing that opportunity to take those tyres, those 4 fresh stickies, and a splash and dash of gasoline, as we did here. Thank you very much for giving us some information out there from Joshua saying it's 44 laps on a full tank. Wes.
There you go. So actually, if you're think about it, you could actually go the distance if it was a green flag run from stage 1 and stage 2. So take advantage of the pit stops, obviously, as we were told, unlimited tires. So that is something that they'll definitely take advantage of as we see Newton on pit road getting service.
Yeah, he's definitely got some damage there because everybody's been in and out. Brian Chu's just come in, I think. But about the same time, actually, from Brian Chu. We're looking at about 50-something seconds. I'll throw the pit stop up there in the bottom. You can see that information right there on your screen. If you look at the track map as well, too, you see they're just making sure they can spend as much time in the pit lane as they can. There goes Adam Newton. He's come out before the front runners come around so that they stay on the lead lap, which everybody is currently at the moment, Wesley, on the lead lap.
The NASRA 500, 12 days away. Here's a quick break and more details about it as we'll be back with more from Texas and come back before we start.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
Lights off on the pace car. Welcome back to Texas. We get ready for the restart here for the NASRA Cup Series and the race tonight. 140 laps. Dean Hopton Biggles. I'm Wesley Outland, and we are in Glass Mechanics Stage 2. This will take us all the way to lap number 70 as we're approaching lap 40. Pace car onto the pit lane. Here comes the field, making their way back to that TLC Inc. restart zone. Still a long way to go. Over 100 laps remaining as we go back to green. Love that camera angle.
Don't drive over my GoPro, guys. Hopefully they don't, Wesley, because they are going again. Jeff Merck back into the lead again, where he won stage 1, but it's all spicing and dicing around there in the background. We still have the usual suspects. We have Caulfield, but Matt Holmes is up here mixing, spicing and dicing with them. Octavio in the lead, just... It's getting fun in your hood there, Wesley.
Off of forward, Cofield inside, Merck on the outside. For the back stretch, going into turn 3, closing in on 100 laps to go this time by.
Let's check the upcoming schedule. We have the DSR Electric and Xfinity Series. The Cup Series is on tonight. We do have the podcast that sometimes is on the Thursday night show with Tyler and Brady. And the Consensus Police Survivors will be back soon, of course, after we've just wrapped it up recently with Jeff Merck won the race, but Jordan Jurassic won the championship.
Yeah, Jordan Jurassic, the champion. Season 10 will come back after the NASRA 500 week. Oh, actually, this is our final race broadcast of the week right here.
Yes, it is, sir. Until next week. And then, of course, the whole week will be off, as you'll see. If you hit the like and subscribe buttons and you hit the notification bells, Cody has put up all the upcoming 500 events on the YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel, so you can actually hit the notification for any of those ones that you want. Hit the notification for all of them if you want. But because we'll be going through all the qualifiers and duels first before you get the main race, because you've got to narrow that 100-plus starting drivers that have entered there, Wesley. You've got to narrow that down, of course, to only the grid of 43, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, remember, 4 nights on the NASRA 500 Speed Week event. There will be 3 30-lap races, 75 miles each. Top 3 transfer in to the last chance qualifier, or the duels, actually. Everyone else goes into a last chance qualifier on Friday. And remember, you can buy back in. You can run, if you have a bad night Monday, you can come back and run on Tuesday or Wednesday. 4 nights of the 3 75-mile qualifying races. Then we have 3 100-mile, 40-lap last chance races. Saturday the 8th will be in the morning. We'll have the morning time with the duels, followed by 500 miles on Saturday afternoon, February 3rd through the 8th. Get ready for it. And remember, all the other leagues, DSR, Blanchard's Tow and Xfinity, and the NASRA Cup Series will all be off, as well as the NASRA Cup Series for the big races coming up.
Yeah, of course, he won't get enough Daytona. He can join myself and Wesley for the real Daytona, Jacob, when that starts up in a couple of weeks after our 500.
And the Clash.
We'll have the Clash first, of course. Yes, exactly. Looking forward to that one, Wesley. And that's the real life one, so you could tune into it. And if you don't want to hear the commentators on television, you can just tune in and listen to Wesley and Jacob as well. We'll provide all the live timing information so that you can watch that. It's quite good. You can have the pictures in the background. Of course, we can't provide you the pictures because it's a copyright. But you can, if you've got your TV, put your TV up in the background and then have your computer or your phone there and have a listen to Jacob and Wesley and have a look at all the live timing statistics that we'll give you. On Motorsports Mania. We'll get some graphics up for that one a little bit later on.
Now, we're going to see the feed in real time, though, right? We're going to see the race in real time.
You'll see the race in real time, of course. Yep. And we'll have everybody on. We'll feature Brady. We'll feature Cody as well, too. And we'll be covering IndyCar and Formula One as well, too. So it's Mania of Motorsports. I can tell you that right now, Wes, as we're seeing.
Yeah, I love IndyCar, man. March 2nd, the season starts for the NTT IndyCar Series at the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. That'll be a fun one.
Oh,
side by side, Mondoletto and Merck.
Love it.
Battling for that spot. That's for second. While Cofield pulls away by half a second, these guys go at it big time for second spot in 2.
Glass Mechanic Stage 2 at the moment. Thank you, Glass Mechanic. They're sponsoring the big 500 race as well, as we are seeing, as you can see, down into the pit road goes Adam Newton again. So early stop for Mr. Newton, and that's green flag stop too. We'll put him a lap down. Further back, here's Mez, and, well, that's the animal, Keith Bradley and Matt Holmes. And they just did a little bit of a
that's
switcheroo.
Keith Bradley and Holmes. Yeah.
I think Merck just hit the fence. He did. Merck hit the fence. And he's had to lift off a little bit. That goes down to the inside apron. Will it put him under the attack there from the animal? Working in the background. There he is. He's hunting his prey, and his prey is the number 60 of the Merkston Machine, our Stage 1 winner. Merck's been on a bit of a rampage. Hello, Dawn, out there. We saw you there before. Good to see you. The boss man's talking at the moment as well. So I'll see if I can read that in a second. Joshua's out there. Christian Bruce, happy to see you there. Mark Borton. And Mummy Fights My Fights. Who's Mummy Fights My Fights? Wesley.
50 laps into it, by the way. Under 100 to go,
persons.
90 remaining.
There it is. Thank you very much for Brady.
Dang, that's a name we ain't heard from in a while. Hunter Parsons. Wow.
Sorry. Yeah, absolutely. As Brady's on top of that. Nothing gets past Brady. He knows what's going on, the boss man. Hello to you, Brady. I think he gets a night off. He's not racing tonight. He gets to sit back and relax and enjoy this fantastic network that he's created and manages. Matthew Garnett and Justin Clapp are a little bit further back. Are battling it out. Matthew Garnett, sorry, and Chase Albright. This is for 9th and 10th. 13 positions gained for Matty.
Well, Mark Morton, to answer your question, buddy, you know, you can try to string UFC or NASCAR or any of them, but if they find out that you're doing it, buddy, they will bust you.
Yeah.
They will be sending you a big fine, and you can get copyright subject to federal law. And I know this because I work with them. We can be able to.
Not doing that.
Yeah, we can be able to show live timing and scoring. We can be able to call the races with the monitor for me and Jacob and Dean. But if you show any NASCAR content without their approval, without the express written consent of NASCAR, you will get in trouble.
And they won't allow that as well, too, because you imagine more people would be tuning in to listen to Wesley and Jacob than they would to the broadcasters on the Fox. So, yeah, of course. But it'll be popular. We'll have Brady in here as well, too. We'll have some of the people from NASRA as we got another caution. Tristan Bruce has had a moment that I'm seeing from my live timing. Yes, it is. And
it's the second time where he's kind of been involved in something. He got involved in an incident that was down at the bottom of, is that turn number 2 back straightaway? I believe it is.
Let's have a look.
Tristan Bruce.
Oh.
Yep, right there. Off of the 18.
Ooh, holds it. Does save it. Keeps it out of the fence. Good on you, Tristan Bruce. That was a little bit of a Code Brown moment for Tristan, but let's have a look. On the inside apron, comes up and gets into there. Luckily didn't turn the 18. Saves. Look at that. Slides it in. Doesn't overcorrect the steering wheel. Let the car momentum drift it. Drifts down to the inside. Almost clears the wall. Fantastic job, I'd say, for Tristan. That's one of the best
Dean
saves
Gagliano, by the way. Yeah, that was Dean Gagliano he got into. Everybody, I think, is coming down pit road here, Jacob.
Dean.
Everyone, Dean is coming down pit road. I'm sorry, I'm so used to working with Jacob.
Right.
They're all coming down pit road, all making pit stops here.
Well, remember, they've got unlimited sets of tires that we heard from Jeff Merck. So that's going to take, definitely, you'll see all those cars going up on the jack unless somebody wants to take track position. Jeff Merck missed his spot, had to back up. Look how much time that's going to cost him. He will not be coming out unless he's going to splash short fuel. No, see, he just comes up on the jacks now. On the other side, bango. Jonathan Caulfield will come out. Octavia will come out.
Wow.
Bradley, Matthew, look at that. Drops Merck back currently at a moment at P5. That's how much making a mistake in pit lane can cost you.
Texas Motor Speedway, if you did not know, audience, is 1.5 miles, 2.414 kilometers, 58 to 80 feet wide, 20 degrees in the corners, 20 degrees of banking. In 1 and 2, 24 degrees in turns 3 and 4, 5 degrees on the straightaway, and it is a fun racetrack that mimics Charlotte and Atlanta. Quick break. We're narrowing in the end of Glass Mechanics Stage 2. Who's going to be on top when we come back from Texas next?
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. Give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Bill getting ready for another TLC Inc. restart. Welcome back to coverage of the NASRA Cup Series presented by TLC Incorporated, Premier Racing Setups. Dean Hopton, I'm Wesley Outland, and we are wrapping up our fourth Serve Pro Caution Fire Water Cleanup and Restoration, and we are ready to see what will happen with Cofield up in front now. Pace car is heading towards that left-hand lane road. That's the pit lane. He pulls in right about now, and the rest of that virtual thundering herd heads their way back to the TLC Inc. restart zone. Remember, lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, winterization, and more. TLC's got you covered, and we're back underway.
Let's see how the situation comes. The Housemate GoPro camera at pretty much 150, 160 miles per hour as they build up speed and let Jeff Merck goes a little loose. There's a bit of action happening further back. It's going to go 3 wide. That's Chase Albright, Tony Jackson Wade, Justin Clapper, Jeffrey Johnson. Sounds like a law firm, Wesley, but it's not. It's racing here at the NASRA Cup Series.
Cofield in that top spot. Look at this now. Burleson battling. And well, that goes on back to the front runners again.
Here's a name you haven't heard
Keith
in a while.
Bradley, Rondeletto, Robinson. Look at this. Matthew Robinson on the inside of Rondeletto. Merckx will help him.
Absolutely. Good to see the number 4 up 40, up 4 places. I was going to say the number 4 up 40 places. It's the other way around. Jeff Merck in pursuit. You got to watch out for Jeff Merck. He's a dangerous number 60 machine. You can see he can come back from the back of the field essentially and win a stage break. And when a push comes to shove, and you want to get those crucial points, and you know that for a fact, Wesley, you need them in this Cup Series because there's not that many spots up for grabs because we've got a lot of drivers in padlocks next to their name.
You're exactly right. Heading towards nightfall as well, and under 10 remaining now here in Stage 2, presented by the Glass Mechanic.
I tell you what, they'd be quite busy in real life NASCAR, wouldn't they? Glass Mechanic out there fixing all the windscreens and the side mirror, side glass and the back glass when there's major wrecks. Here comes Matthew up 14 places on the tailpipe there of Michael Larch. Apologise that we have no driver cams. There was a little technical issue. Didn't quite work out. Couldn't get the driver's cams in there. So we won't get the Jeff Merck performing those facial expressions that he does when he's concentrating this evening for you, as well as some of the other drivers. We'll get that for you in the next race, which will be your DSR Electric.
Hey, you see where Brady chimed in, Dean, and said, rumor has it we're going to have a NASRA a NASRA Indy 500 and Coke 600 on the same weekend. That'd be cool.
Oh, wow. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Of course, anybody doesn't know Memorial Day. Formula One, the Grand Prix of Monaco, the NASRA
And Indy 500.
likes to have special events, and it looks like they might be doing something for the Indy 500 and the Coke 600.
The Coke 600, absolutely. That's going to be busy. Which is going to be fun.
600 miles, 400 laps.
Here comes the animal and Keith Bradley. Now, I believe we've seen beef between these two drivers in the past there, Wesley.
Oh, yes, without a doubt.
Oh, and Octavio says, I've heard about this. I've read the stories of tale. I've read the news. I've got the memo that there's beef between these two. Let me join in and let's get to this beef barbecue between these drivers there, Wes. Got Indy in the back of the car, doesn't he? They're
Indy race parts. Indy race parts.
Oh, that's what it is. Thank you. All right, didn't know that.
Yeah.
5 laps to go. Wesley, looks like Matty's gone off the track somewhere, but it hasn't cleared caution. Just quickly look back there. May have just had a little bit of a slid off into the inside of the track, but he's pointing in the right direction. That's more important. Then Caulfield has a big gap at the moment, almost a minute. But more importantly, let's see what the rest of the field here behind. I think it might be looking good for Caulfield. 4 laps to go, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes. Unless Jeff Merck's going to do the Jeff Merck thing and chase him down. But more importantly, Jeff Merck has to keep this man, the showman, behind him as much as he can. And don't forget about the animal, Keith Bradley, lurking around the foot P4.
About 3 laps left here in Stage 2 as Caulfield in the lead with about close to a second lead over Merck. Stage 1 winner, by the way. Rondeletto back to 3rd. He's all over the back of Merck, and there's Keith Bradley watching on as they work through the tri-oval, the dog leg, 2 to go.
He's throwing everything. Octavio is... You see Keith Bradley having a bit of a shot before at it and just elected to stay back a little bit. Might have burnt through those tyres. Remember, they do have unlimited sets. And Brady the Boss Man, if you're still out there tuning in on your night off, can you let us know what the current sign-up figure is for the 500? I'm just curious what sort of numbers that were out. Probably close to 120, 130. If not
the
more.
last time I looked at, the entry list, we were at 110. I know the last time I looked at the entry list, it was at 110.
Yep, but remember, Wesley, as everybody's always a day late, dollar short when it comes to these things. Everybody's like, oh, there's only a week to go. I better get in there and sign up, and then all of a sudden the sign-ups start going through the roof.
No, and that's what it'll happen that way too.
Yeah,
we know it will.
But it may be too late. Not too late for Jonathan Caulfield to win this stage break. Not a problem for him. He's up the road.
Final lap,
exactly. He's like in that Cars movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the French driver sitting there sipping a cappuccino or something, just listening to some classical music way up the road there, no problems.
You talking about Talladega Nights? Yeah,
no, the Cars
You've
movie.
made me spill my macchiato.
Oh, yes, that's the one too. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
There it is.
John Girard and Ricky Bobby, those Talladega Nights. Coming on the line, final lap. Looking for that green and white checker flag. Stage 2, we'll go to Alabama's Jonathan Caulfield. Rondeletto, Mark Robinson, Mez. That's, of course, Bradley. Everyone else behind them in the top 5. The bottom 5 will also be rewarded stage points of the top 10. That includes, in addition, drivers of Michael Larch, Bo Tiffany, Matthew Garrett, Tony Burleson, and Jeffrey Johnson III.
They will all head
By the
down to
way,
the road.
I'm understanding we're up to 128 entries for the NASRA 500. So it's even gone up more since the last time I looked at it. It was at 110. It's now at 128.
Thank you very much for Brady. He's going to be a very busy man. Him and Cody Knott, as well as all of us, will be joining you, of course, for that one. Thank you for all our sponsors, of course, for the NASRA Network, Glass Mechanic, Premier Racing Setups, 213 Simware, A's Lawn and Landscaping, sponsored last night's race. Pultz Boppers, of course, sponsors the replays. And this event tonight, Last Lap podcast there, Starbase Comics. Don't forget to Blanchard's Tow and Recovery. Bob for sponsoring tonight's NASCAR Cup Series for the TLC. Drivers will head down to pit road. Wes, I think it's time for us to take a break and thank our sponsors too.
Yes, we will. And remember, there's no deadline to sign up for the Great American Sim Race, the NASRA 500. You can sign up the week of the event. They're pitting. We're pitting. We're back with more Stage 3 on deck when we come back from Texas.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Drivers, start your engines!
Hey, Bob Carr with TLC. Spring's upon us. If you got a wet yard, it's not going to get any better. Now it's time to give us a call. Let us come out and take a look at your drainage problem in your property. We can get you a solution. The dogs, the kids, be tracking in mud. Mom will be mad. So give us a call. Give us a shout today. Talk to you soon.
You're back with us at Texas as the lights go off on the pace car. One to go indication. We settle in now for stage number 3. Remember, this will be over 70 or under 70 laps, as we have already put 74 on the board when they come back to green. So it'll be about a 65 lap finish to the checker. We'll go to lap 140. Unlimited attempts of tires, unlimited sets of tires. Somebody muffed up on the setup there. 67% fuel capacity. What were we told? That's between 40 and 45 laps, I believe.
Yes.
Dean, right?
Just looking back at that one, and
yeah. And then 3 attempts at overtime if need be.
44 laps. Thank you very much. And that was provided there by Joshua. Don't forget, we're streaming in 2K now, so if you've got your device, make sure you crank it up and click that little wheel.
I just got mad props to you now because you know we had some technical times where you go on, have to go offline, go on, go offline. Most recently, every time you go live, we stay strong, start to finish.
Another new internet that I had to get after 5 internets later and a lot of issues sorting it out. So, let's go racing for the final stage.
DLC restart zone, and stage 3 is on here at No Limits, Texas. There have been 11 different winners on the season for the NASRA Cup Series. This is round 12 of the points. Who will prevail on top? Lap 75 on the board.
Yeah, when you really see these cars when you're stationary in this full white, it really shows you the super speed of it, isn't it? Of course, without the camera just following the car, which we generally show. Yeah, just that doesn't give you the real super duper realism of the serious speed that they do as they're cruising past the fence.
Michael Arch leads the point standings, by the way. 76 back of Andrew Alzewski. Jonathan Cofield, Justin Clapper, Brian Chu. Some of these drivers are absent tonight.
So there's your standings. Absolutely right. Jacob Reeves is absent tonight, as you mentioned. Right. So I guess there's a lot of things going on. Of course, the weather may be affecting a lot of people as well, too.
Yeah, that's something to think of. Yeah.
I know that
Chicagoland next week, and then playoff start for the round of 20.
Sweet home,
coming up.
Chicago.
Yes, sir.
So these two are going at it tooth and nail again. Big gaggle in the midfield. I haven't seen too many 3 wides tonight there, Jacob. Now I'm calling you Jacob Wesley, but it's still early days. You will start seeing them throw everything at it when push comes to shove at that dying 140 lap. Oh!
Oh, hold on.
That's
Jackson Wade,
Jackson.
Carlson almost getting together.
Save it, son.
And they spin. Bottom of the racetrack. Will it trigger a caution?
Yes, it will.
It will. Jackson Wade, winner back at Indianapolis. Spinning. Bottom of 4. Pearlson got into him, and we go under a 6th serve pro caution here in Texas. Replay coming up.
I don't know if it's just me tonight, but I seem to be catching all the action live of these mistakes. And there it is. Just a little tap, wasn't it? But he was, I don't know, it looked like Axon Jackson was getting loosey-goosey just before he got tapped. And he's trying to do a Tristan Bruce save. Couldn't quite pull it off, but he didn't hit the fence. Let's go back and have a look at the rear cam on that one. If he did get contact there. Maybe I was
from another angle.
On that one.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. It looks like Jackson Wade and Tony Burleson just had a simple racing incident, if you will.
Yes, sir. Thanks to our Pultz Poppers instant replay, which they are going to be the sponsor, of course, the replay sponsor of our Daytona 500 event coming up as well, too.
By the way, Jeff Burke, Jonathan Cofield, Octavio Rondoletto, Keith Bradley in the top 4 have all won races in the NASRA Cup Series.
Yes, they have. There's your
Could
schedule.
we possibly see a 2-time winner finally merge?
I hope not.
Tonight.
I hope not. I said to you before in this whole series since it started that in this format that we're having with the Gen 3, the Gen 4 cars, just a liking to see a new winner every time. I just think it's just great for opportunity for other drivers. So at the moment,
it's the Gen 4, the Gen 6, and the next Gen Cup card.
That's correct.
And they alternate.
And we're going to throw a surprise round in there and throw the supercars, the V8 supercars in there as well, too. The drivers don't know that yet.
There you go.
Did I just let that out? Cat out the bag? Well,
that'll be fun.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them. One surprise week where you don't know what car you're going to be driving around, and we're going to elect to put them in a supercar. Yeah, it's still a Ford, right? It's still got a Ford. It's still got a Ford Mustang, and the used to be a Holden, but Chevy.
128 entries for the NASRA 500 presented by Class Mechanic. There is the details. February 3rd through the 8th. Under another caution, here's Bob Carr, here's Premier, racing setups and more. As we are back under yellow here in Texas, we're taking a break.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If you have an outdoor project that we could help you with, we have 0% financing for a year. So if you have a project, you won't be using your money, why not use our money? It doesn't cost you anything. Now's the time to be thinking about that project you always wanted to get done. It might be a lawn sprinkler, might be outdoor lighting, might be drainage, and or maybe outdoor holiday lighting that you need help with. Now's the time to be thinking about that. Give us a call at the office, 410-721-2342, or hit the link below to find out more about TLC's financing options.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
Lights off on the pace car. Welcome back to No Limits, Texas. The NASRA Cup Series.
Yeah, Wesley, I was just asking you about, you said you're following Bob on the TLC on Facebook. You said, as I was wondering, like, could they be that busy during, if you're all snowed in, stuff like that? But you said that they certainly are, aren't they? So what do they do during the winter?
Yeah, they're doing something called winterizing. And I saw a Facebook video of them the other day. They were going over what they were going to be doing, going to businesses and checking pipes and making sure that pipes aren't busted.
All right.
Making sure everything has been winterized for the cold as we go back to green. Nearing lap 85. Heading to the home stretch. This race will go to lap 140. We're in stage 3. The leader is Mert.
Quite interesting to see if we can get some other drivers to get a race win. At the moment, Jeff Burke has one up his sleeve. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember if Caulfield does. The animal.
He does.
Bradley. What about Matthew Robinson? But I don't think Matthew does.
Robinson doesn't have a win.
All right,
Neither.
come on, Matthew. You got my casting booth. You got my producer's booth up here in the box.
Neither does Bo Tiffany.
Yeah, Bo Tiffany got it as well. Justin Clapper, a little bit further back. He's got a shot at it too, I would imagine. Anybody has a shot inside the top 10 right now, and we don't even know if we got a few more cautions and there's a big wreck at the front. Anybody in the field could have a shot too, mate.
Justin Clapper's never won. He won a duel at Daytona. He won duel 1, along with Brian Chew. Jeff Merck won Daytona when the season started back in October of last year. Larch on the inside, battling with Holmes. They both got wins on the season. Larch won at Michigan. Matt Holmes won the following week at Kansas.
And unfortunately, Adam Newton has, I would assume he's retired. He's been down the pit lane for a good chunk and change of 26 minutes. There's the TLC machine. It doesn't look like he's in the car. So our first retirement of the race, I believe it is. Bobby Grant didn't start the race. And Dean's running in last place currently in the moment of our remaining 22-car grid. A little more quieter at the moment, but once again, probably due to the weather circumstances. And please everybody be safe. Race second, be safe first. Or be safe and race.
That's right. Still got a good field of cars, though. Good competition.
Absolutely.
Right now, Cofield trying to set his sights lurking on Merck for that top spot.
As Christian Bruce out there says, she's got her money on Mr. Merck to win this one. We got Caulfield and Robinson. I've got my. I'm going for the 41. I want. It's number 41. We got live timing up here, but it is 40 on the car. Oh, I don't want to mention that to Wesley. He'll get a little upset. No. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's Robinson, though. Matthew Robinson in third.
Yes. Yep. He's hasn't got the paint with the 1. They got to change the 1 onto the car. That's what we're just showing on live timing. See, it says it up there on the timing tower as well. It says 41. But we know it's 40 on the car because you can see it. And he's right behind Merck and Caulfield for P1 and P2. Lap 89 of 140, 52 to go. We know that they won't make it all the way to the end on this one, mate. So if we go green, they'll have to head back down to pit road again.
Single file.
I'll tell you how it's impressive.
Off of 3 and 4.
Here's Cody. Check out Cody. He's up 8 places right now, and he's crawling his way into the top 10, as we were mentioning, Cody.
And remember, he hung in the back.
Yes, sir.
He hung in the back most of the start of the race, the first 2 stages. Now he's starting to make a climb to the front, going after Schumann on the outside of the Dr. Pepper, number 52. Now he pulls up in front of the 26.
Ugh, I get a medicine taste in my mouth every time I see Dr. Pepper. All right, Wesley, don't forget about our upcoming schedule as well.
Well, we're pretty much done for the week.
Pretty much done for the week, but next week.
Yeah. Round 3, DSR Electric Truck Series. Playoffs, semifinal rounds for the Blanchard and Xfinity. NASRA Cup will move to Chicagoland. And that will be the final week of competition before we take off for the NASRA 500 Speed Week presented by Glass Mechanic. Our Rondoletto inside battling now with the 19 of Matthew Garrett, Bass Pro Tracker Belts.
What happened to
Tracker boat
I'll tell you
machine.
what happened to Rondoletto is that the reason why he's currently running back here in P9 is that he spent a good 1 minute and 30 seconds in pit lane when the rest of the field spent 44 seconds. I mean, overall, in and out. He spent 58 seconds stationary. So he must have had some repairs to chip out of that 84 machine, and that's the reason why he's running a little bit further back at the moment. But he's
How bad of a hit? How bad of a hit, Jacob, do you think, Jacob Reeves not here, Dean. We mentioned him.
Yes.
Some other drivers that we're used to seeing not attending tonight. I mean, even last week's winner, Latoro Lamperti at Iowa. He's not here this evening.
Oh, it's because he's washing all the champagne off his racing suit from last night's victory.
Yeah. What kind of a hit will these guys take? Obviously, some are part-time, not full-time racers, but, if you're a full-time competitor, you're not here tonight. What kind of a hit do you take in the point standings?
Yeah, it's crucial.
Being absent.
It is, yeah. We mentioned that before because you've only got that one race left, and you can see currently in the standings, that's if you're down on points, mate, you're going to need them for sure. Look at some of those drivers that are out in the cutoff line that aren't here tonight. That's going to be crucial. And you've got to they're putting all their eggs in one basket into the final race in Chicagoland if they're going to turn up to that one. You're going to need to turn up to that one if you want to get yourself potentially into playoffs there.
Yep, starts next week. Of course, the final race of the regular season. We'll run the Speed Week for the NASRA 500, the 3rd through the 8th, and then when we come back the following week after that, it will be the playoffs beginning for the first time ever for the NASRA Cup Series. Cofield lurking down on Merck on the inside, down the back straightaway, trying to go to the lead as we approaching lap 100.
Cracking the century mark so far. Fantastic race. Only a couple of cautions with the stage breaks. Absolutely fantastic. Brady LaBeouf said tonight was a unlimited sets, as we mentioned on the tires, was an error while setting up the session, so it happens. It's an advantage to some of the drivers or not as well. You've got to have a lot of those cautions to really take advantage of it. If you're getting green flag racing and you're going to go down the pit lane and get some fresh boots, sure, you'll be quick when you come out, but you'll probably be a lap or two down. So those risks you take? I don't think it's going to change things too much, Wesley, at the end of the day, having unlimited sets, because initially it was set to have 5 anyway, and I think most drivers have probably only used close to 4 at this point.
Cofield in the top spot. Merck right there lurking, followed by Robinson and Bradley. Tiffany top 5, single file. Here comes a move on the inside.
Have you got a pick for the race win there, Wesley? You got to win it?
Man, I really don't. I mean, I wanted to say that Merck and Cofield would probably be the guys to possibly win
we have
this
a caution.
thing,
I may be Jackson Wade. And it is.
Wow. IBC Chevrolet number 96, Jackson Wade with a problem on his Dodge. Correction. Under caution.
So keep an eye out for that 96 machine. This is the second time poor Jackson Wade has been into the walls, and he got a little tap there, didn't he? Or was this earlier? That was earlier. This is this next time around.
Yeah.
There it is. He's just lost the rear on his own, and the 6 has got into him. But that's it. So he's out of the fence, out of danger. Doesn't need to go down and see Nicole Kidman in the medical center. And that's it, I'd say, for poor Action Jackson, my friend, for the second time this evening, getting into a caution. But no damage, I think, on the 96.
Yeah, he might have lucked up there. Biggest thing he might have got was the shot from the back by the 6 car of Gerald Poole. Another look at it.
Oh, that's Michael Arch. We'll go back and look at Jackson Wade. Whoop. My apologies.
Yeah, that was the previous caution.
Yeah, this is it, where
here's the new one
going there because he hit the inside apron, and that's where, because the elevation changes, of course, in the gyro cam, you'll see that's when you get a little bit less traction, doesn't it? The wheel kind of gets caught in that little bit of groove. You don't get the slip, and bingo. We do have drivers all taking advantage of that caution naturally, Wes. because of the unlimited sets of tires, and they all jump down the pit road. This is when you've got to be practicing your pit stops, as I keep telling drivers. So we saw Jeff Merck make a mistake before, didn't hit his box perfectly, and when everybody's coming in and out at the same time, that second costs you a lot. And Matthew gets the win out of pit lane this time.
And we are at lap 100. We're at 40 laps to go.
As he short fueled.
Pitting. A lot of people pitted.
What a pit stop. He did his pit stop in 9 seconds. Matthew, I would say, is only taken 1 set of tires. The man from New Jersey. Everybody else took 14 seconds, about 14 and a half seconds in pit lane. They would have taken both sets of tires. I think Matthew's taken this gamble here and said, hey, I can get track position. 21 positions gained up here, currently overall in the race. 19, slices and dices, takes the gamble, jumps out in front of everybody. Will his tires hold on?
And we are again at lap 100. Quick break as drivers are pitting. 40 laps to go. Who's going to win Texas? We'll find out when we come back.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Lights off on the pace car, getting ready to drop back down onto the pit lane as they work in 3 and 4. Jordan Durasic's been kind of a quiet night tonight, man. It's had a couple of cautions, not a lot. 7th yellow flag of the race coming to an end. A couple of single or 2-car crashes as they come back to the TLC Inc. restart zone. Back of their way. Texas shootout time. 38 laps to go on the restart. Whoa! Left field, Merck, Robinson, Crash, Tiffany, Larch, Bradley, all crashing. I spoke too soon there, Dean.
There's your big one.
Wow.
Just as Jurassic tunes in, say, did he miss anything? Well, you just arrived at the very right time. It's been a pretty quiet race. I did mention this before, didn't I, Wesley? I said, like, you've got a chance in this race if you're outside that top 10, if there's a big one at the front, and we just saw it.
Man.
Now, where do we look? Around Jeff Merck? And
very quiet race until now. Jordan Durasic, our Cup Series Season 9 champ, shows up and all hell breaks loose. Look at this.
It's Caulfield. So Caulfield gets into Merck, and then it's all she wrote for the rest of the field there. You'll see this. So there. Oh,
yeah, it's right there.
It looks
shot
like
to the
Caulfield
left
was
rear.
already losing it, I think. That's hard to say, but have a look. Caulfield, there. The nose turns in to the corner.
Yeah, he was already in trouble. He was, yeah.
Yep.
Then Merck just kind of said, hell,
I'll
help sell you through.
And it looks like, too, who is that? Matthew Robinson.
Michael Larch. And, yeah. From another angle. Extended replays here. The big one of the night so far. There it is again.
The 2. Now, this is what we were talking about in the green when we go back to live pitches, because some drivers are going to head down pit road, some aren't. What I was saying to you before, that this is a clear strategy, I think, from Matthew Garnett, because he we were saying, we only took 2 tires. We're under the assumption because his pit stop was a lot quicker. He could very much, if there's another caution, go back in to the pit lane with everybody else, get the 4 tires now, and then maintain essentially his lead out in front of everybody else by taking that gamble that nobody else thought of, Wesley. Nobody else.
Yeah, Brandon LaBeouf chiming in, and he says a lot of big players taken out of that one. You're exactly right. You got to wonder how much damage they have as you see them getting service on pit road, and it completely changes the scenario. Quick break as cleanup ongoing at Texas. Another the big one happens. The big one happens, and we're still not done yet at Texas. Stay with us.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. If you have an outdoor project that we could help you with, we have 0% financing for a year. So if you have a project, you won't be using your money, why not use our money? It doesn't cost you anything. Now's the time to be thinking about that project you always wanted to get done. It might be a lawn sprinkler, might be outdoor lighting, might be drainage, and/or maybe outdoor holiday lighting that you need help with. Now's the time to be thinking about that. Give us a call at the office, 410-721-2342, or hit the link below to find out more about TLC's financing options.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
TLCincorporated.com if you want to know more details about TLC. Big thanks to Bob Carr and all of the amazing staff. And thanks also to Premier Racing Setups and so many more. Butt Kicker is a sponsor. I think Brady was telling us they got 3 or 4 butt kickers were given away this season, especially at the NASRA 500. Coming back to green.
Yeah,
34 laps to go now.
Yeah, Wesley, I don't know if you've ever felt a butt kicker in your chair or in your racing rig.
No.
Damn.
No.
Yeah, it gives you a thump, and that's like rattling when you're on different surfaces of race tracks and stuff like that. It's just puts the vibration through the chair, gives you that more of that realism element. So absolutely fantastic. And hey, you know what? You can use it to watch movies and things like that, and too, if you want. You can strap that. You want to sit in your chair there or in a racing rig or something like that. I believe we can also get some little modifications. So you can do that when you're watching like an action movie or something like that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Absolutely, my friend. Well,
like if you're watching a movie, there's like an earthquake, the chair shakes.
Shake your. Yeah, but those 4D theaters where they spray water at you and the seat moves around and stuff like that. Well, they also have something similar to a butt kicker on that.
To the line.
Bit of pressure there from Tristan Bruce back up here. How's that there, Sharon?
Yeah, how about?
Never count out the number 23, mate. He is a fighter.
The caterpillar color.
Absolutely. And, he's seizing himself an opportunity to try to get this race win. Octavia's now in the lead of this one. Matthew, as I said, just getting passed there by Justin Clapper side by side. But Matthew Garnett, that's a great gamble for him. He's up a lot more places than he was before that pit stop. He's certainly in it to win it as well.
Rondeletto in the lead. He won in Atlanta 2 weeks ago. He's back up front. Tristan Bruce to second. Clapper third. Clapper has not won on the series. He won a qualifier race at Daytona at the duels, but he's not won a points race. Neither has Garrett. Neither has Chu. No correction, Brian Chu won Talladega. How about Cody Knott up to 6?
Yeah, come on, Cody.
30 to go.
There's the man for the Warrior Esports Racing team, and he's side by side by Brandon Schumann, the 52. Might just get his nose in ahead electing to stay on the inside of the apron. Matty, as I said, I'm changing my pick to Matthew. I think because of that strategy, if he gets this race win, he'll be absolutely stoked, and I can say I told you so to everybody else, and he can too. But first of all, he has to get that win. Tristan Bruce has really put the pressure right now on the Showman. Showman's used to getting the bubbly stuff on the podiums of late. So the Argentine looking strong again, Wesley.
What another solid run also by, we're seeing Brandon Schumann put on the track.
Here comes Clapper. Whoa, into the fence. Big time goes Tristan Bruce.
In trouble, Tristan Bruce falling back.
Yep.
Free falling. All the way back to the top 15 or more.
I wonder if he's got damage on that 23 Caterpillar machine there, because you just saw it. He hit that fence and he dropped like a 929 stock exchange. He's got a bit of work to do here. He's got to pray for a caution, I'd say, to re-rack and restack him at this point. 28 to go. We did box on lap 100, so they should have enough gasoline to go to the end. They certainly all got full freshies, no doubt, on that last pit stop. We assume, again. But Octavio in the lead. Justin Clapper is hunting him down. He's smelling like a first time. He wants to get one of those padlocks next to his name there, Wesley.
Certainly does. Rondeletto trying to be the first two-time winner of the series. Clapper's got something to say about it. So does Garnett. So does Not.
We might get this one now. You see a little tank slapper there in the wall there with Rondeletto. Now, can Justin Clapper seize the opportunity on that one? I'm seeing somebody else falling back a little bit as well in the timing, but it looks okay. Jeff Merck's now running. I think it was Jeff Merck, actually. He's now running P20 after that accident. So is the animal, Keith Bradley. He's running P18. So those drivers that were involved in that accident that you saw before. Bit of work to do with 25 to go, Wes. Here comes Cody.
Working off two. Cody Knott patiently working his way into the top 5. Got a good run going. He hung in the back most of the race.
This would be absolutely fantastic when Cody get himself a podium even for all the hard work he does. Well deserved, and he's got to get past Matthew. He's just a nose ahead of Matthew for these two, the biggest gainers at the moment as well too. Seizing the opportunity of a smaller field. Look at that, 17 gain for Cody, 18 gain for Matthew. You got to watch out too. Brian Chu's lurking in the background with them, so they're going to hold on to that podium position. They got to work for it too for now. We got to see whether or not Justin Clapper could do anything about Octavio, who's now pulled almost second lead with 24 to go.
Closing into the home stretch of this one, down into 1 and 2. Look at this now. Cody Knott opens the door to Garnett. On the inside, here comes also Tiffany to follow.
This is where you need to keep your eyes peeled. I've got a sneaking suspicion that something is brewing up here, and there it is. Bingo, into the fence. That's the 19 of Matthew. I just foreseen it there.
Caution.
I think you did too, Wesley, right? Like something was brewing up between those drivers, and that has called our caution. 22 to go.
Another yellow flag, another Serve Pro caution here.
Yes, Matthew comes down into the 35, so keep an eye at that 19, if I'm not mistaken. There it is. He's lifted off big time. It's caught him out. 58's got into him. And bingo, into the fence. And Matthew's hopes, I don't think anybody else has been hit on that one, thankfully. Matthew's hopes of potentially a race win or a podium tonight have just sunk. Let's have a look at that again there, Wes.
Yeah, another angle of it.
Look at the rear angle here. So I'm going to back it up a little bit. It looks like he's lifted off a lot here. I wonder if he felt the car sliding or something. Let's have a look. So here we go. He should be on the loud pedal. See the revs. And let's see. And coming in the corner. See? There. Has he missed a gear?
Man, what a tough break, yeah.
It's caught everybody else because, everybody's pedal to metal when you're chasing like that, and you're not expecting someone to go a little slow out of the corner, and thus that's caused the incident. So I just say it's a racing incident for that. But pit lanes are more importantly. They've all come back down. We knew that was going to happen. Octavia's come out first. Justin Clapper's come out second. Cody Knott's come out third. Bo Tiffany fourth. Jonathan Caulfield fifth. And Lachi sixth. 21 to go. This will be very, very interesting now. What happened to... Where is it? No, that's fine. That's what it was there, Wes. Jeff Merckx come back down again. A few of the other drivers have come back down. Probably, I'd say they're getting repairs taken out here at the moment, mate. That's what they'd be doing. They still need more repairs chipped out of those cars, and they're working through it with Trish and Bruce. Matthew's getting those new repairs done now. Matthew Robinson.
And how about Rondeletto, man? Yeah. Remember what happened to Rondeletto earlier? Kind of fell back. Got involved in a little incident there earlier with Jeff Merckx. They did not penalize him, but he did kind of fall in the back. And now you see, as we get to the end of this thing, man, he's climbed his way. Now, remember, Latoro Lamperti won last week. Rondeletto won the week before. They are part-time drivers. Some of these guys, if you see of the 11 different winners on the season, only seven are full-time competitors that have moved into the playoffs. These other guys are part-timers, which means they do not, their win is encumbered, if you will. We want to talk NASCAR talk. Their win is encumbered, meaning that their win counts, Jacob, and or Dean. Their win counts, Dean Hopton, except it doesn't count towards a points playoff berth.
Yes, exactly. I'm just wondering how that pans out. Are they still able to race in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, you're still eligible to run,
but they don't have any
points. You're just a part-time competitor. You just don't qualify to go to the postseason for championship.
Right, okay, so they won't go into the postseason. Yeah. That's right. So even if they rack up those wins, as you can see, Octavio there and Lampetti. I should show the other 12. I'll get that sorted out for next week. I do apologize for the Chicago land before the playoffs begin. I know that Cody has given me the graphics. I'm just only showing the last rounds. I need to show the rounds before. We'll get that sorted here in the NASRA. And make sure you like and subscribe, please, too. It's a big support for all the drivers, the sponsors, and, of course, the NASRA family. On top of it, you're going to get yourself bells notifications for the big one, 500, coming up soon there, Wes, next week.
Yeah, that big NASRA 500 as we come back to 20 laps to go to the TLC restart zone. It is also the Premier Racing Setups. 20 to go. We'll go side by side to thank our sponsor. Remember to mention that NASRA in checkout with Premier Racing Setups. Get 15% off your order, and 15% comes back in NASRA's pocket. As right now, Rondeletto trying to look for the first two-time winner of the series. If he can pull it off, Justin Clapper has not won a points race. He won the duel in Daytona for Duel 1. Caulfield has won earlier this year. Cody Knott has not won. Neither has Bo Tiffany. They're your top five as they come to the line.
Yeah, thank you very much, Premier Racing Setups. If you need the setups to get yourself big, quicker and quicker, it really does help in iRacing. If you are new to iRacing, if you just want to improve as well too, I've always heard from drivers, it's all about those setups. Get down there and make the car feel comfortable with you. And they're going to have various setups to get that done with as well to also support this fantastic racing network. Clapper needs to get on that loud pedal as loud as possible. Make sure Octavio does not run away and steal his second race win. Justin Clapper knows just up the road here, my friend, is a padlock available for me to get myself into the playoff berth. Caulfield just ahead of Cody Knott. Cody Knott would love to get himself a podium. All he has to do is get past that 58. 17 to go, Wes.
To the home stretch we roll.
Clapper just set the fastest lap on that one too. So he's certainly not letting the showman out of his blinkers.
Watching him work into the corner. Octavio Rondeletto, the showman from Argentina. And there's Justin Clapper from Manahawkin, New Jersey. Right there in tow in that 63 Clapper.
And they are even Stevens when it comes to everything. I'd say the boots on the car, they all took a 14-second pit stop. They all took full freshies. They've got enough gasoline to go to the end. And they're all the same tanks as well, you'd say. I don't see anybody with a short fuel or anything like that. They all would have just put enough fuel to make themselves go to the end. So All it's going to come down to right now, of course, they're in the same manufacturer, is just pure driving skill and on the limit. And Justin knows a race win is available for him right now. Octavio doesn't need it. He's not even, he's a part-time driver. Of course, he loves to win. Those Argentines have just been on an absolute rampage of late. But can he hold off Clapper? Don't forget about Caulfield. He's got 14 to go. He's got enough time.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time to make his move. Do something here. Clapper on the inside. 13, 14 remaining. As they work the back straightaway, lurking behind Clapper is Caulfield. He's right on his rear deck lid. Behind Caulfield is not. Out of the top 5, 3 drivers from the top 5 have not won in this series. 13 to go as they sell it off into one there, Dean.
Absolutely. He's backed on off a little bit here. I think he's saving it. If you've got anything left in that tank, in those tires, you've got to start burning it when you get down to about 8 to go, I would say, Wesley. But more importantly, I think Clapper's got a worry in his mirrors about Caulfield. He knows how to win races as well, too. Caulfield does. And Caulfield working on this one. Cody's dropping a little bit in the background, but Cody is keeping a little bit of breathing space between him and Bo Tiffany in P4 and P5 there.
Brady LaBeouf chiming in, and he says Cody Knott win would be huge. 6 years in NASRA, and his best finish ever was a 3rd. So right now he's 1 spot shy of tying. If he can win, it'd be his best win ever, first time ever.
He's certainly close enough. Oh no, Cody into the fence. That's totally on you there, Brady. Oh! And somebody's going to slap him.
Oh, wow. Cody Knott in trouble. And the caution is out with 10 to go, 11 to go. Problems for Cody Knott. Man.
That's on you, boss man. That's on Brady, isn't it? We were just talking about poor Cody there and all the hard work he's done here in the NASRA network, and he was looking good, looking strong. And unfortunately, just like that, the fence looks like to come out there and beat him, and it's beat him hard.
Yeah, as Brady LaBeouf just said about part-timers who run in the regular season can run in the playoffs, as I mentioned, but again, they don't receive points towards the championship. So it's like when Rondeletto and Limperti won, as we see a replay, boy, Matt Holmes gave him the kill shot there. Man, what a tough break there.
Oh, and the 49.
Oh, was that a 49 of Cartwright? Or wow.
Yep, that's
Albright. That was Albright. I apologize. I said Cartwright. Albright. Yeah.
Chase Albright. Let's have a look. Have a look if I can find Chase, as he's going to be scarily approaching. Cody's trying to get down the inside apron, right? He's just trying to get out of the way. Maybe a little too early there, Cody, unless he had a broken steering column or something like that. I would have stayed up against the fence and been predictable, but easier said than done when I'm not a race driver, mate. They're all going to head down to pit road, of course.
Everybody's coming down pit road. Unlimited tires. Everybody's coming down. Oh, we got a wreck on pit road.
Yeah, who's that around?
Larch is spun around. Larch in the 2 is spun around on pit road.
Wrong way, mate. This is what I'm telling you before there, Wes. This is when it's crucial to get your pit stops perfect, because this is a matter of Chase Albright's out now, P2.
Oh,
Caulfield, Brian Chew, Clapper, unfortunately. Then again, here we go. Some of the drivers have only taken one side. I'm going to see if I can get you some pit stop times up there on the screen. I don't think I can specifically there, but just we'll let you know. So Octavia's only taken one side of tires, we presume. It's a 9-second pit stop for Octavio. Chase took a 10-second pit stop, so I'd say 2 tires there. Brian Chew took 2. And the pilot didn't even know it. Then you got to go back to Caulfield, probably took 4. Justin Clapper took 4. Matt Holmes took 4. P7 current in the moment. The Animals taken 2. So they've elected to take that track position over Boots. Wes? I think I think it's a wise move. We saw it work earlier, didn't we, for the likes of where is he now? That was Matthew Garnett, wasn't it? But he, of course, unfortunately got involved in a wreck. But you could hold out 7 laps, no problems, I think, with just 2 sets. And remember, we didn't have that caution that far away either before, so there shouldn't be that many laps.
And remember, there is still attempts at overtime if need be. We could go into extra racing. 3 attempts. Lights off on the pace car. Rondeletto and Albright now. Remember, Albright got a little piece of the incident with Cody Knott. Cody Knott's going to fall all the way back on the lead lap in 16th position after that accident.
And he hasn't looked at Chase
How
Albright.
crucial was it for Cody Knott?
17th place, too, for Chase. So this is a big boost for him if he get himself a podium. If not, he get himself a race win. He's going to join those other drivers with padlock.
Talk about trying to go for it at the end. You don't want to make it in by points. If you can get a win, it secures yourself into the playoffs if you're a full-time competitor. And that's why Cody Knott was going after it. So will also Albright in the 49. I don't think Albright pitted. Rondeletto, Albright on the front row. Chu and Cofield, row 2. Clapper, Holmes, row 3. Bradley, Tiffany, row 4. Burleson, Maurer. Corner in the top 10. Back to green, TLC restart zone, and 7 to go here at Texas.
Oh, Chase on the loud pedal, get loosey-goosey. The outside's going to cost him big time there. Brian Chu's gone through. Colefield's going to sneak through.
Cofield up the middle. Clapper's going to try to follow. No, he will not as he squeezes down and pinches in Bradley. Clears him on the inside. This is for second.
Oh, dropping back as well to big time. Brian Chu is on that one. Caulfield, there's a push, there's a big one, there's a wreck.
Oh, no. Yellow. Trouble. And they're wrecking in the infield. Cofield in the grass. Everybody, I think, is driving into the infield grass. Calamity on the double dog leg on the front stretch. And the yellow is out with 6 to go. Unbelievable.
I think it was Clapper. Let's have a look. There's a lot of drivers involved in this one. We did kind of suspect that something was going to happen here. It did, and here it is. Once again, it looked like Caulfield was already losing it, didn't it? And there it is. Says the 63. That's a Clapper.
Wow.
Just trying to see.
Big group of contenders that have put themselves in the hunt to win this race, now crashed out.
Now, I just want to see if he gets tapped. Have a look at this, slowly.
Oh, yeah, he did bump him. What do you mean? Right there, left rear. Hit him.
Yes, sir.
Clapper into Cofield.
Yep, and that's Bradley.
And then Bradley driving in the grass after getting out of the Cofield machine, and more drivers in the grass. Look at them scattering everywhere. Like cockroaches when you cut the light on in the middle of the night.
This is back from Cody. I wonder if Cody managed to sneak through this. Luckily, if he gets tangled.
Wow.
Oh. There you go. That's how you can go from mid-pack to front pack pretty quickly. This is Larch. Yeah, just arriving at the scene of the incident, and bang. That's a lot of damage to a lot of cars, mate. Let's go back to the live pictures, Buck, because I want to see and elaborate the situation. So we still have Octavio in the lead of this one. Chase Albright's in P2. There's the Animal Keith Bradley up at a P3. Bo Tiffany's been hovering around there. Caulfield's dropped to P5. Now, after that incident, Justin Clapper's at P6. Brian Chu, Michael Larch, some of the usual suspects down here, unfortunately, getting those repairs that were involved in that accident that you just saw on your pictures. And, they got a bit of work to do. But there's positives out of these negatives, because Cody Knott now, after having dropped to the back of the field there, he's now up at a P10.
He's up to 9th.
Yeah, up to 9th. You would have thought that, after being in the fence with that damage, you would have thought that's it. That's Cody's night. No. Cody knows.
And Rondeletto got away from all of this, man. Rondeletto scattered from everybody. Rondeletto's still in the lead.
Again.
Yeah.
Chase.
By the way, want to let you know, 3 laps to go They are still in the regular scheduled distance of this race. I want to emphasize on that. We have not reached the overtime yet. They are still, after we wrap up our 11th Serve Pro caution, Dean, they are still in the regular scheduled distance of this race with 3 laps to go when they come back to green.
Absolutely. So Brady's saying out there in the chat that Caulfield got loose before Clapper hit him. But looking back at that replay again, it looked like he got into him.
Oh! Now we're waving off the restart. So this might put us into overtime now.
Which is, as you mentioned, those 3 of those. So we got to get to that white flag before the caution's called. Otherwise, we re-rack them, restack it, and do it all over again.
That's
you
right.
Can see
that's right. So they got to...
He's getting some temperature into those tires there. You don't see that very often from the drivers really weaving it there. I see that a lot of that in open wheel racing. You don't see it too much in these car series. But
I don't know what's going on, but they put the lights back up on the pace car, and if they could come back around and take the 1 to go, that would be a green-white checker shootout in the regular scheduled distance. We're going to find out the verdict if they actually pull the lights off on the pace car this time by as they come to the stripe, and the survey says
no. Oh, yes.
Yes.
There you go, Wesley. So
it will be a 2-lap shootout with the original scheduled distance still intact.
Chase has got to get a good launch here. Octavio's been a mastermind of that. He gets that green go, 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 and he gets on that loud pedal, and he gets himself, by the time you're approaching in the backstretch, he's already got himself about a 2/10 to 3/10 gap. And that's a lot to chase down with only a handful of laps up your sleeve. So Chase has got to be the sharpest tool in the shed on this restart.
Yeah, they will get ready to come back for a green-white checker in the regular scheduled distance. Ron DeLetto up in front. Thank you, Jordan Durasic. I know what I'm doing. I know my job. Thank you, buddy. You handle on being a champion of the top series. Let me handle the broadcast booth.
He just wins championships.
Ron DeLetto and Albright on the front row. Mez, that's going to be Keith Bradley and Bo Tiffany, row 2. Jonathan Cofield falls back to 5th with Burleson in that 6th position. Wade Merck, not Bruce, top 10.
And Conezilla.
Conezilla has been used many times tonight.
That's one for Brady out there. We wanted to bring the old Conezilla out.
It'll be a 2-lap shootout.
Yep.
2 to go. TLC restart zone. 11 cautions. Texas has not disappointed, and we're ready to go back to green again. Ron DeLetto, can he be the first 2-time winner of the year?
He's gone.
He is part-time, but he has launched it in 1.
Yeah, this is what I feared when he gets up the road too far. It's going to be a lot to catch. He's only got a couple of laps to get it done. Chase has got to hold on to the animal. By behind him, Bo Tiffany, Jonathan Caulfield. They're all making runs at Chase for that P2 position. I think that P1's going, gone almost. What can the rest of the field do?
Coming to the line, Darren, Snell Gun Repair, white flag, 1 to go here in Texas. 4 cars for second, down into 1. Albright up high, Tiffany down low. Bradley
wide.
In the mix to go 3 wide with Cofield. That's for 3rd. And while that goes on, there's contact. They get into one another, banging into one another, slipping, sliding into 3. Here comes Octavio Rondeletto. And after 11 first-time winners, we finally have our first 2-time winner in the NASRA Cup Series. It's the boy from Argentina.
Woohoo!
He is a part-time competitor, meaning that his wins encumbered. He will not go to the playoffs, but he will be credited with his 2nd win this season in the NASRA Cup Series. And he won in Atlanta. Atlanta is just like Texas, Dean. Wow.
Well, it certainly is. Well, let's have a look at the checkered flag. Of course, we did see Octavio zooming on by across the line.
We talked about the 1.5 miles, the configuration, the double dog leg. Texas, Atlanta, and Charlotte literally mimic each other.
Aha. Bo Tiffany gets that P2. Caulfield, this battle there with the animal, just gets his nose ahead, so he takes that final podium position for the bubbly stuff. There's the animal in P4. And Chase Albright, unfortunately, after starting second in that race restart, only managed to squeeze P5 out of that. So I'd say that those tires also made a little bit of a difference. He only took one side of those tires. And obviously when push comes to shove and you need that grip, that's when you needed it. Octavio! But the man from Argentina does it again.
There it is. Flaming Karma Racing gets it done over Bo Tiffany, Jonathan Cofield. Man, when that green flag came out, and when he got into that TLC restart zone, he launched. I mean, he literally just was in another world compared to everyone else on that restart, and that let him pull away. And listen to this. In a 2-lap shootout, he still had 0.8 over the field in second to Bo Tiffany.
This is what we were saying about this man, isn't it? Once he's gone, and he is very, very hard to catch, especially in the dying stages of the race, and celebrating, doing some more victory burnouts that he's getting very used to doing quite often right now, even the side spins. So GG's once again to the showman, putting on another fantastic show, always stepping out of the shadows and always in the spotlight. Octavio Rondeletto gets the job done. Let's have a look at your race results for the rest of the field here this evening whilst he does those burnouts there. Wesley.
Results from virtual Texas Motor Speedway in tonight's event will find Octavio Rondeletto, the showman. He wins again, second win on the NASRA Cup Series. Though a part-timer, he is the first repeat winner of the season. We had 11 different winners. Bo Tiffany will finish in second. Solid run for him. Jonathan Cofield bouncing back from adversity as well to finish third. Keith Bradley a top 5 along with Chase Albright, Jackson Wade, Tristan Bruce, Jeffrey Johnson, Brian Chu, and Brandon Schumann-Dean rounded out the top 10.
Absolutely. Gerald Poole get himself that P11 there. The Dean gets the number 12. And Matthew Garnett, after running up the front there, unfortunately finishes in 13th, and as well as Cody Knott had a shot there at a nice podium position. Unfortunately, the wall came out and bit him for 14th. Matt Holmes there at P15th. The Merckster, after getting the Stage 1 victory, unfortunately will fall outside that in P16. Tony Burlington at 17th. Michael Larch 18th. And the rest of our field will go down to Joshua Cornier there in P19. Justin Clapper 20th place. Buzzy Mongold, Matthew Robinson, Adam Newton, and Bobby Grant did not start the race. Adam Newton had that early record. I'd like not to come back with the car ways.
Yeah, man. When it's all said and done, 11 caution flags, time of race, 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 38 seconds when the checkered flag fell, with Octavio Rondeletto getting the victory. Coming up, we'll grab the podium. We'll wrap them up very, very quickly, and we will speak to the top 3. NASRA Cup Series moves to Chicagoland next week. The final race of the regular season on the road to the NASRA 500 and the playoffs. But when it's done, the man from Argentina, Octavio Rondeletto, the showman, trying to get a Vabao possibility into the NASCAR Series, continues his momentous ways for NASRA. He wins, and Texas will talk to him next.
In a distant kingdom, in a magical realm, there lived people who faced dreadful drainage problems on their lawns. For many years, they suffered from puddles and mud in their yards. Until one day, the saviors from TLC Company appeared with their magical shovels and lifted the wet curse from the kingdom's residents. Forget about puddles and mud. With us, your yard will become a genuine fairy tale nook. Call us right now, and let's transform your drainage concerns into a magical adventure. TLC, where every home becomes a fairy tale.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. You got a outdoor lighting, landscape lighting system. Maybe we installed it. Maybe it was there you inherited in your house and you want to upgrade it. Now's the time to give us a shout. We'll come out and take a look, evaluate what you do have, tell you what you could have. Give us a shout today for all your outdoor lighting needs. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, Bob Carr with TLC. Spring's upon us. If you got a wet yard, it's not going to get any better. Now it's time to give us a call. Let us come out and take a look at your drainage problem in your property. We can get you a solution. The dogs, the kids be tracking in mud. Mom will be mad. So give us a call. Give us a shout today. Talk to you soon.
TLC is the best in lawn sprinklers, outdoor lighting, holiday lighting, yard drainage, and more. Let us take care of your project. Get your free, no obligation estimate from TLC today.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Hope you guys are enjoying this race. Let's take it down to the booth and get updated on what's going on.
There's a look at the restart, the final launch for the man from Argentina, Octavio Rondaletto. The man picks up his win, his second win in the NASRA Cup Series. He becomes now, after 11 different winners, the first repeat winner of the series. And he joins us right now. Octavio, let us know about the launch, this final restart. And matter of fact, you had really good restarts, but what a comeback after an issue there earlier, battling with Merck and Bradley, and when it's all said and done, another win. I know you're not a full-time competitor. Are you kind of beating yourself now that you're not full-time in this series? But congrats.
Hi, Wesley. Hi, Dean. Hi, all the people watching the race. Well, I had a good performance with this car, especially in the restarts, because I was struggling a little bit with my right front tire, especially when we went too far in the stint. But well, the style of the end of the race helped me to gain positions. I was pushing everything from the back to gain positions and be there. And that accident in one of the restarts helped me a lot. I think that was the key of the race for me. To miss that accident, that was everything. It was a big wreck. All my rivals in the track were complicated, and being the only one clean without having to stop gave me the opportunity to control the race.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, it's a big win for you. The second win in the NASRA Cup Series, and obviously, please thank your sponsors. But man, you're continuing to build your resume, no doubt, with NASRA. What does that mean to you, doing it with the NASRA circuit?
Oh, I'm in love with this league. I really like the work they do. The work you do, guys. The brokers are amazing, really professional. I really like it, and thank you to my competitors for the excellent race we did. Flaming Gamma Racing, Jerry Poole, Flaming Gamma Paint Shop, AJ's Aussies for the sponsorship every Tuesday. NASRA, and well, Lautaro, he was not able to race today, but here we are, putting Flaming Gamma in the top.
There you go. Octavio Rondaletto, ladies and gentlemen, he wins here tonight at No Limits, Texas. He becomes the only two-time winner in the series now for the driver from Argentina. Let's grab the buddy, Bo Tiffany, from, of course, Graham, Mebane, North Carolina. He'll finish in the second position, originally from New York. And, Bo, crazy race. It got interesting at the end. You hold them off, you'll finish in the bridesmaid spot, man. Good job.
Yeah, guys, thank you. That was a really fun race, man. I mean, everybody did a good job. Congratulations to Octavia, and also for Jonathan Coalfield for getting third, man, coming back up through there at the field. I think all of us at the front had to do it at least one time. It's just a really great race. I mean, we had a good setup, good car. I love this place. I love this car, and I mean, it's good to be back after a few weeks.
When they got to crashing, was you smiling, saying, "Hey, man, this opens the door for me to get back in this thing"?
Not really, because I ended up getting about 20 seconds of damage. So I fixed that and put tires on it, and I just wasn't sure, if we were going to be able to get back through it. But we had a good, clean restart there and was just able to get some position. I didn't have enough laps to get to Octavia there.
Man, where have you been the last couple of weeks? Didn't you have like a surgery you were telling me about? How's that going?
Yeah, so I had knee surgery on December 20th. I've been hanging up, watching the broadcast, supporting my teams, and I'm actually still in my surgery brace tonight. I just adjusted my seat and my pedals, so the restarts are a little tricky on the foot. But I mean, I'm not clear to run a street car on the road yet, but I'm clear for iRacing, so we'll go get that podium.
Well, buddy, before I let you go, please thank your sponsors, Bo.
Yeah, I appreciate my BNCB sponsor, my kids and family, and, all my teammates that have supported me while I've been out for the past few weeks. They've been putting in the grind and doing good. And, all 3 series, everybody's been doing well and just been there, supporting me and working with me, and, start coming back here in the next few weeks and get back to it, and appreciate all you guys in the booth and everybody in the league.
There you go, Bo Tiffany, originally from Corning, New York. It feels like he's in New York, down in North Carolina. How much snow did you get in your neck of the woods, Bo?
I think we got like an inch. I mean, my kids were sled riding last week, and they didn't really do much today. We got enough, and it melted. But, it's just funny because, I don't think the kids have been back like maybe 2 full days of school since winter break.
Exactly. It's kind of crazy. Yet, I still have snow outside in my yard. So we got a lot. That's all I can say. I'm not a meteorologist, and I don't know how many inches per se we got, but we did get a lot here in Smithfield. So good job there, Bo Tiffany. He'll finish in second. He lives in the Piedmont part of North Carolina. I live in the coastal area. So let's grab now Tristan Bruce. I'm sorry, my apologies. Let's grab Jonathan Cofield. Jonathan Cofield, another podium finish, man. You're knocking on the door to try to get back into victory lane in the NASRA circuit, but a consistent run is good for points, and you do have a win earlier in the year, so you're going to the playoffs. Your take-up tonight here in Texas. It was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. Led a bunch of laps. Had a whole lot of fun racing with Octavio up there. If I could have kept my nose clean, I think we could have had a good run to the finish. Made a few mistakes tonight. I just got to get better as a driver. From start to finish on a race here lately, I've been having some mistakes. Apologize to Merck. They say it was net code, but I think I turned down in front of Merck when we was up at the front on that restart, and just too many mistakes tonight. Lucky to be able to drive up back up through the field and get the third place finish.
I'll tell you what, you got the stage 2 win, but it got really interesting, didn't it? That third stage. It always seems like it ends up like that, doesn't it? The chaos begins.
Yeah, it was a little tough. The everybody at NASRA does an awesome job. They're dealing with the NASRA 500, and they got so much stuff on their mind. And somebody left out. We had unlimited tires, so that threw a little wrench in it. Every time you'd run 10 laps, you could jump down there and get you a set. So that made it a whole lot more interesting.
Yeah, if you got it, take advantage of it, no doubt. Fun podium finish for the man out of Mumford, Alabama. And I say this also, man, Auburn #1 in basketball. That's pretty cool, too.
War Eagle, baby.
War Eagle, man. Thank your sponsors. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, just everybody at NASRA, you and Dean for doing the broadcast. Hope you get to feeling better. Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Cofield Supply and Service, SM Racing Products. Go check them out if you ain't got a button box. Type in Bandits1, save you a little money, and we'll see you next week.
A lot of people don't know a nor'eastern hit. Winter Storm Enzo is what they called it, but it was a nor'eastern that hit like all over the southeast and in the deep south, and even in Alabama. How much snow did you get in Mumford, Jonathan?
Zero.
You got lucky. There you go.
Auburn's about 2 hours. Well, about an hour and 45 minutes from here, and I seen pictures. Toomer's Corner was white. The football field was white. So
Jordan Hare Stadium was in snow. Yeah. You got lucky. You missed it. Jonathan Cofield, everybody will finish third. And yes, as I said again, I have not been feeling well the last couple of days. Anyhow, Dean, we'll wrap it up, and your final take-up tonight here in Texas. We'll get ready for Chicagoland next week. For those watching, there's a look at the graphic of the results of the race one more time, and it was a good one, Dean. It was a good one.
It was actually fantastic. A lot of good running there, a lot of green flag running from a lot of the drivers, a lot of switcheroo. You couldn't really, I mean, I'd say Octavia was the one that was always the strongest overall, and being at the front, of course, he was involved in these incidents. We had a lot of little bumping and grinding as racing and driving, as I say, between the drivers. A lot of apologies. There was a few little bumps. That's motor racing. It happens, and just a little unfortunate for some of the drivers that could have potentially got themselves a nice padlock for the first time, and causing a little sad moment there from Cody Knott. He could have just got himself a podium and perhaps his best position ever in the NASRA racing for the 5 years, but it is what it is, and I'm sure that day will come to Cody. Maybe saving his best for the 500 coming up.
And after 11 weeks, finally a first multi-time winner, Octavio Rondeletto. Again, let me explain before we go off the air. His win counts, but it's encumbered, meaning that it is a win credit. 2 wins now for Octavio Rondeletto. However, he is not a full-time competitor for the NASRA Cup Series presented by TLC Incorporated and Premier Racing Setups, so he is not eligible for the playoffs. Those right now 7 drivers are still the same, and it looks like it's going to be a wild battle down to the end for these guys to make it in to the Fast 20. We'll find out who they will be next Wednesday night at Chicagoland Speedway. The people behind NASRA obviously is Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott. Thanks to Brady for chiming in the chat, entertaining all of our other audience. Of course, for Biggles Dean Hopton, I am Wesley Outland. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations again to Rondeletto, winner tonight here at the Pultz Poppers 210 at Virtual Texas Motor Speedway. We'll see you next week for the season regular finale at Chicagoland. And don't forget, 11 days now to the Great American Sim Race, the NASRA 500 just around the corner. Good evening.